Alright, so the AFL pre-season is officially over, and it's only 5 days and 9 hours until the season starts. So I'm just going to run through my team. It'll definitely change before the season, but I don't think by much. I think unless maybe some of the people on the bench, if other people get named, I'll pick them. But other than that, this will be the team. So we've gone very light in defence, gone with Sam Docherty as the D1. You can see in the Swans versus Carlton game, he went 154, 34 touches, 11 marks, 85% kick efficiency. I think he's the only one who won't drop in price for the whole season, and because of that, he's actually 32% owned, which is actually a lot more than I anticipated. But yeah, I'd say that Sam Docherty is the consensus D1 now. And I think he'll be D1 at season's end. Sicily, a little bit overpriced. Stewart, I just don't like Stewart as much. And then Dawson I would like, but I don't know how the structure's going to work. You'll see in a bit. But Docherty's my D1, and Elliot Yeo is my D2. Everyone's got him. I'd say he's the number one owned, besides Gimby and Constable. He's number one owned, so just quickly put that back to highest price. Everyone should have Yo. And now my D3, you'll see this is how light I've gone. Liam Jones is my D3 at 228k, so you'll see I'm going to have a lot of expensive players in other lines, and that's why I've gone so cheap. He played really, really well in his practice matches. Let's see here. I think he went a 101. He's obviously not going to average that. He's going to have the poor gains. I think overall he can average 65. He's just a little bit more expensive. He's just a little bit more expensive version of a rookie, and I think he'll just be doing basically what De Koning and Paddy McCartan did last year for everyone's SuperCoach team. D4, I've got Hayden Crozier. I don't know if he's playing round one, but he played really well. Got to go back to that Dogs preseason game. Crozier, he dislocated his finger or something. Played half game time and he got an 80. So if he can play, if he's going to play round one, I'm picking him definitely. I think there's not that many players better than him at that price range in any line really. So yeah, if he's in the best 22, then he's picked for me. And now at D5, we've got someone that everyone else is going to have, Ruben Gimby. And my D6, another one that pretty much everyone's got, Charlie Constable. Not much to talk about with those two. Everyone's pretty much, the backlines are pretty much stock standard outside of Hayden Crozier. Some people might not have Hayden Crozier, but other than that, everyone's got pretty much this exact same line. And then on my bench, I've got Connor McKenna as D7, and at D8 I have Sincotta, but depending on who gets named, I'll change that around. But Carlton fans think he's going to be a really good player, so I've got him at D8. So Docherty, Yo, Jones, Crozier, Ginby, Constable, McKenna, Sincotta. That's the 8. Any other ones I was thinking of? If you got an ownership percentage, Wilmot's one I do want to get in as well, so I'll either have him or Sincotta. Still kind of weighing that up. Dacos, no. Stewart, no. Chesser, wait till I get to the midfield. Sicily, Dawson, Cowan, yes. But yeah, that's the line. So now moving on to my midfielders. Got to change this from ownership percentage to highest price. Best player in SuperCoach last year will be the best player in SuperCoach this year. Roy Laird, 25% owned. Don't know how he's not more. Don't know how 75% of SuperCoaches can say, I don't want Laird in my team. But I definitely do. I think last year only dropped under the ton maybe twice or 3 times for the whole year. Very consistent. Goes 130s basically every single week. So he's a no-brainer for me since day one. Scored 93 his first game. Other than that, uncanny consistency. His lowest score for the year was 97. And then he was legit getting over 130s basically every week. So Roy Laird is definitely my consensus M1. if you look at Clayton Oliver, I didn't pick him, by the way, so he's not my M2. Got a 68, got a 99, 96, 85. That's 4 games under, plus missed a game. I just don't think he's worth it. And a 99, I don't know if I said that or not, but I'm definitely more confident in what Laird can do. And also, if you see Oliver for the year, he got down to 618 at one point. If he does that again, then I can pick him up from there. And obviously, he got up to 720k or whatever, which is insane. But I think I can definitely get him at his price. My M2 is Marcus Bontempelli. He looked awesome in both preseason games. I watched the first one, and well, obviously I watched the second one. And yeah, he looked really comfortable. Obviously, he's going to get a lot more CBAs now with Dunkley gone, and he's come off a full preseason. He's been in my team since the start, so very happy to keep Marcus Bontempelli in my team. I'll put him in my team, I should say. My M3, Tom Green. So I flirted, I don't know, with the idea of Bailey Smith. Full percent owned. I thought, why not bring a pod into the team? I thought, he'll get more CBAs and whatever. But looking at it, DNP 67, however many DNPs that is, 59, 88, 86, 63. So I thought there's no point in having him in if he's going to be that inconsistent, even though he averaged a fair bit last year. Just don't think it's worth it for me. So Tom Green, scared about, I don't know, his, not durability, but if he can run out games, 75% game time is good. Scored a 130, that's cool. I just don't want to get burnt. Well, I don't want everyone else to overtake me because they've got Tom Green and I don't have Tom Green. Another one I was thinking about was Josh Kelly, but you'll see in a minute the amount of mid-prices I want to have, so I can't afford to have Josh Kelly in my team. So, my M4, just gotta get the order right, from Essendon, Will Setterfield, 3% owned. I'll just pull up the game. Setterfield, I'll zoom it in. 119 SuperCoach, 25 disposals, 3 marks, 6 tackles, 14 contested possessions, and pretty low kicking efficiency, meaning that he is going to probably score better than that when his kicking efficiency goes up. I really, really like Will Setterfield, and he's one of my first pods because I think he's going to get, there's not much I can say about him. I think he's a really good player and very underpriced, very under-owned. And my next player, another one very under-owned, Lockie Ash, 2% owned. He was getting most of the kick-ins, I think, and he's running off half-back, scored a 130. Maybe he wasn't taking the kick-ins, but really good intercept marker, very good half-flanker. So, really like having him as another pod because I've got a player that's 3% owned and a player that's 2% owned. Got to do that sort of thing to try and win the SuperCoach, and that's why I've got him. And the next guy, not a pod at all, but another mid-pricer, Jacob Popper. So Jacob Popper, obviously 46% owned. Didn't look like incredible in his preseason game. I think he's still at 90-something though. And everyone's going to have him, and I'm going to have him in my team. Definitely. Last mid-pricer. So this is, I know I'm going very, very deep with mid-prices. I want a different team than everyone else. So, James Worpel, 14% owned. Hopefully, he can get back to that form back in 2021, maybe? 2020? 2021, was it? 73 average. So, it must have been 2020. 88 average. He'll be the number one midfielder, him and John Newcomb and Cam McKenzie, he'll mention in a second. I think, yeah, if he can average 88 or whatever, then that definitely pushes his value back up to 450k, 460k. So yeah, I think all these guys, Setterfield, Ash, Warple, and Hopper, can all make 150k. I think 500k, 490, 480, 460, they can all do that. So I really like having Warple there right now. I love having a lot of mid prices. That's how you're going to win this year, I think. I don't think it's going to be, having Laird, Oliver, Bontempelli, Steele, McRae. I don't think that method's going to win you the comp. So that's why I've got what I've got right now. Next, Ashcroft. Oh, spelled his name wrong. Ashcroft. Don't have to say much. 75% owned. Don't know how he's not 100% owned, to be honest with you. He could average 100 as a rookie. Just a better version, equal version of Nick Dacos last year, I'm assuming. The way he's played in the preseason. 2 best on grounds in the preseason games is close to best on grounds. Absolutely insane. So you're like, maybe you're like, where's Ken McKenzie? Where's Will Phillips maybe? And yep, they're on my bench. Gone very deep. Because I just don't like the rookies. I just don't like a lot of them. So I got McKenzie. I got Will Phillips. And I've got Oscar Baker. Very, very expensive bench. You'll see my forward and rucks as well. Very, very expensive. I've gone. McKenzie must have, but so many mid prices. I've got him on the bench. Just going to make a ton of money. Probably not a good option. I'd rather, almost switch Bontempelli for Dawson, but you lose so many points like that. So I won't do that just because that'd make the lines more even. But Phillips, McKenzie, and Baker are all must-have rookies. Baker, if he should be best 22. I really hope he is because he played so well in his preseason games. Will Phillips is going to get the nod from the coaches, going to get games. And Cam McKenzie was probably best on ground or close to it for Hawthorn. Now going into my rucks. R1, Shrek Darcy. Only 13% owned. If you check his game, don't know what's wrong with my screen. 127 at 38 hitouts, just absolutely owned Scott Lycett in that game. I think don't want Gawn. Witt's had his career best year. Don't know if he can go that good again. Tim English I don't want, so Shrek Darcy's the one. And then the second one everyone's got him is Rowan Marshall. He played incredible in his preseason. I think he scored a 150 as well. It's not the Saints game. 155, 24 touches, 7 marks, 18 hitouts, 8 clearances as well. So he is definitely someone that everyone's going to have in their team. And then my R3, 174k, Asava Radialir. So I've gone very, very expensive on rookies because I value them. And I think these guys are going to score more than the 123k or 130k for Josh Weddle's sake. But I was never going to pick him anymore. So now we have 3 mil for my forward line. And I've gone with, I'd say it's a cookie cut forward line. Dunkley, Rosie, where's Taranto? And if you watch my last video, I had Errol Goulden in my team before he scored the 180. I had Errol in my team. I was very confident. I said if his CBAs went up, which I thought, obviously I'm a Swans fan, so I keep up with them more than the average AFL fan. I said if his CBAs go up, which they should, he was 10% CBAs last year, 186. I said if he gets higher than that, he'll go higher. Scored 180 with 80% CBAs or something. So now everyone's got him, not the pod that I expected. He was 4% owned or something in the last video that I made. And now he's 34% owned. Absolutely crazy. So now my next one from Geelong is Tanner Bruin. 311k, 10% owned. He was the best looking midfielder in that Geelong game. It's not the Geelong game. Do I have the Geelong game here? Yeah, there. Lions Geelong. 112. He was best on ground the game before as well. I think it's just another sort of pod. I mean, he's 10% owned, but I'd rather him than Fife for the long term. Maybe not first 5 weeks because Fife's got an easy schedule. But for the whole season, I'm taking Tanner Bruin over Nat Fife in my team. And then my final pick in the forward line is Sam Flanders. Yes, maybe his role changes when everyone comes back. He's obviously going to have more midfield time with no Tuke Miller in the side for that week. But I think Sam Flanders can average 85, probably. He's only 256k. Would I pick him if he was more expensive, like 300k? Probably not, but I think he can make that 150k at that price. So that's why I've got him. And how much money do I have? 283k. I've got Toby McLean on my bench. Yep. So I've got McLean, 170k, Radaglia 170, Mackenzie 180, Phillips 150, and McKenna 170 on my bench. Very expensive on the bench, but McLean, I think he'll be worth it. He'll make the money. And then the final guy on my team is a loophole of Nick Madden. So, looking at my team, I'll just save it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 10 premiums. Not the normal, not the socially accepted amount of premiums. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7 mid prices in my team. Will it come back to bite me? Will all of them pay off? No, they won't, but I hope they do. 36 trades though, that's why I'm doing it. Just put the emergency on McKenna, emergency on Mackenzie, emergency on Radaglia, and emergency on McLean. So, great switchability. Well, Radaglia can be a backup ruck or forward, but I've got McLean. No Fergus Green. I do want him in my team as well, but I need the loophole player, and it's like basically what I rather. McLean or Fergus Green. So if Green goes 100 round 1 and 2, I'm putting him in to make the money, obviously. But if not, then I don't need to put him in my team. I think he might, not be a trap, obviously. He's 120k, but I think having Madden as the loophole and having McLean, having McLean is better than having Fergus Green, in my opinion, and having Radaglia is better than having Lockie McAndrew. So, yeah, that's my team. Yeah, that's really all I can say about it. I've gone with a lot less premiums. Most people either have 4 or even 5 premium midfielders. Setterfield, Ash, Hopper, Warple. If 3 of them pay off, I'll be very, very happy. Only thing I don't like is having Mackenzie on my bench. Ruck's very happy with. Forwards very happy with. I don't have Fife. I have Bruin over Fife. Hopefully that pays off for me. Only time will tell. Only one premium in the back line. Did want Dawson, but Yo, Jones, Crozier, Gimby, Constable, I like that. Crozier, if he doesn't play, I'll have to make an adjustment. But assuming he does, this is the team. So yeah, I'll make another video before the start of the season. Probably on Thursday night, I'll put out a video. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching this video. And yeah, I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Cheers.